Hey everyone, today I'd like to share my thoughts on why I think you should consider getting a used Ranger in 2025. For those that don't know, I've had my 2021 Ford Ranger for about 3 years now. It used to be my daily driver, but with family changes, we ended up getting a Crosstrek for our daily. Because of this, my truck currently only sits at about 27,000 miles. This truck has been to West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, and all the way out to Colorado. This video is geared towards those people who are looking to buy a truck going into 2025. With all the amazing options to choose from, many trucks are just way too expensive for the average person. Because of this, many people will consider older or used trucks that fit their budget. We will go over that more in detail throughout the video, so stay tuned while we go over my top 5 reasons to get a used Ford Ranger in 2025. We're going to start off with number 5, availability. Used 2019 to 2023 Rangers seem to still be available on dealer lots in my area. With the new generation coming out, it makes sense that people might have traded their last generation for the newer Rangers. In my area, there are currently about 181 Rangers for sale on AutoTrader. Nationwide, there are about 5,000 used Rangers currently listed. This makes the last generation Ranger a relatively easy to find truck on most dealer lots and private sellers. There are multiple color and trim options to choose from to fit your needs and budget. Reason number 4, midsize capability. Ford Rangers were always known to be small to mid-sized trucks. Some might say the definition of midsize has changed over a few decades, but in today's terms, the Ford Ranger is definitely midsize. Ford Rangers are typically compared to Chevy Colorados, Toyota Tacomas, GMC Canyons, Honda Ridgelines, and Nissan Frontiers. All of these trucks have their own unique designs and offer differing packages in the midsize market. The main thing that sets the Ford Ranger apart from the other midsize trucks is its engine. The Ford Ranger is equipped with a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost turbo making 270 horsepower and 310 foot-pounds of torque. This engine makes the Ranger a very capable truck that is pretty fast even with larger tires. It has a payload of about 1,800 pounds and can tow up to 3,500 pounds standard, 7,500 with the tow package. Now, we all know that majority of people are not going to take advantage of the towing and payload capacity daily, which makes perfect sense because most people buy trucks to use them as dailies and use them for other things when they see fit. Most truck owners agree that they will use these capabilities when the time comes. From my experience, I mainly use this truck as an overlanding rig. I use it to carry all of our gear, any food we have. However, I've also used it to move soil, rocks, and furniture. And like I said, this truck was my daily for about 3 years, so I drove it every day, drove it to work, drove it to the store, drove it to the gym, and it fits that category perfectly. And it's also a very nice family-oriented vehicle, at least for my truck, because it's the 4-door. We have a car seat in the rear for our son, so this truck fits every category you might have for it. And like I just mentioned, many people buy these trucks because they are generally safe family vehicles. These midsize trucks are great options for people who need a work truck, but also use it as a daily for grocery trips, family trips, anything that you might have to do. The midsize truck market has exploded within the last 5 years. However, people still opt for the full-size trucks, but don't use them for anything other than a daily driver. This is why I think the Ford Ranger and all the other midsize trucks we talked about make way more sense for the average person when considering gas prices, maintenance, and affordability. Reason number 3, aftermarket support. The reason you decide to get any vehicle depends on its purpose. Is your truck going to be a daily driver, an off-road only vehicle, or will it be a mixture of both? This is where you're in luck. Aftermarket support for the 2019 and up Ranger is expansive. Obviously, this is not only the case for the Rangers, as Tacomas are known to have the biggest aftermarket. Nonetheless, the aftermarket options for the Rangers are massive. You can really build out your Ford Ranger however you see fit. Ford came out with plenty of colors and trim options that differ from each other. In my case, I was able to find a Cactus Gray Ranger with the black appearance package from the factory. This meant it came with color match bumpers, blacked out emblems, and a blacked out grille. You can find Rangers with 2x4, 4x4, and even more if you're looking for the Tremor package that's aimed more towards off-roading. Once you have your Ranger, the canvas is yours. If you've been following my channel, you've probably seen my videos on gear and modifications that I've made so far with this build. Whether you want it for a work truck, an overlander, or a daily, this truck has plenty of options to choose from. A few companies I've personally bought from include Prinsu, Built Right Industries, Cali Raised LED, Ford Ranger Lifts, Linkswell, Go Rhino, Novesite, and CVT, just to name a few. These companies, like many others, boast an abundance of gear and modifications for your trucks. So there is truly an unlimited number of options for what you and your family need and what you like to put on your truck. Reason number 2, community. This reason may be biased or personal, but I feel like it is necessary to bring up. If you found my channel, there's a good chance you enjoy off-roading, camping, or gear content. When I started my channel and Instagram a few years ago, I wasn't sure what I was doing, and I still don't honestly. But I found quickly that the community of Ford Ranger owners was very supportive and ready to help with any questions I had. There are a lot of people I've met and talked to that I otherwise would not have ever known. If you're looking at getting a Ford Ranger, our community is here to help you. Obviously, this isn't unique to Rangers, but come on, we all know Rangers are the best. Reason number 1, price. This reason was probably to be expected, however, it is the most important for most people. As the years have gone by, the price for new trucks continue to climb. With that, interest rates are also very high. Most people can expect to spend over $600 to over $1,000 for a new truck, even a midsize truck. When looking at a new Ranger, the price ranges from $35,000 to $45,000 around my area. Add on top of that, the higher interest rates, a new truck is not an attractive option, unless you can truly afford it. This is where a used Ranger would come into play, or any used truck for that matter. The lowest price Ranger in my area is a 2020 XLT with 55,000 miles listed at $22,000. Obviously, there are better options that will cost a bit more, but on average, the price of a used Ranger in my area is around $28,000 for an XLT. So give it a go, take a look for yourself, and see what options you have in your area. And again, it doesn't have to be a Ford Ranger, it can be all the other trucks we named earlier. I just have experience with the Ranger and I highly recommend this over the other trucks. If you plan on modifying your Ranger, that will also cost you. Would you rather have a brand new truck but no extra money to buy fun upgrades? Or would you rather get a cheaper used truck and have extra money to make it your own? Built, not bought, as some people say. When it comes to modifications, the community always has someone trying to sell something they no longer need. Most items tend to be in very good condition, so you can get it cheaper than new, but also have personal insight on the seller's opinion before wasting your hard-earned money. This goes back into reason 2 when we talked about community. Also, on a personal note, the new Ranger generation lacks heavily in the way they look compared to the last generation. I personally think that the only off-the-lot Ranger that looks good is the Ranger Raptor, which runs you close to $60,000. Beautiful truck, but obviously way too expensive for most people. I think this is where the last generation truly shines. The body just looks better from the beginning. The new generation, in my opinion, look kind of funky. They look sad. I don't like it. Again, unless it's the Ranger Raptor at the higher price point. All this being said, I'm sure the aftermarket for the new generation will explode and we'll have some very nice builds come of it. I'm curious to see how the next few years will look for the Ford Ranger. That'll do it for this video, everyone. What did you think? What are your opinions on the truck market? Do you think it's better to buy used, new, or just continue to wait to see if rates get lower? Just a reminder that this list was my opinion as a hobbyist. I don't know everything about trucks, the market, and I definitely don't know what is best for you. However, I hope this video helped if you happen to be looking for a Ford Ranger. I can't stress this enough. You do not need to buy a Ford Ranger. You need to buy what you like and what you want your hard-earned money going towards. There are so many good options of trucks and SUVs that are older than the 2019 Rangers we are discussing today. Please do what is best for your financial well-being and consider all options. Do not be afraid to look at vehicles that are way older, as many of them are still solid options. Find what fits your needs. You do not need a Ranger Raptor or a F-150 Raptor to go camping or hit the trails. Most trails can be Baja'd by your sister's Camry. Let me know your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss what you guys are thinking. Consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. This community is awesome and I'd love more people to join, so feel free to reach out. I believe we're getting close to 700 subscribers, 300 away from 1,000. This is crazy. I would have never thought that we'd have this many followers. I know it seems small to some people, but man, knowing that we're getting close to 1,000 people, that's just awesome. And I really appreciate you guys and I appreciate you tuning in. As always, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.